What's up, ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors? Welcome back to T's Good Times Garage. I am your host, T. What are we looking at here? You may remember this engine stand. For several months now, it has held the Rod Knocker 440 that used to spend time in my 1968 Dodge Charger. Well, I have some plans for this here stand. This engine and trans combination might be clue to that. Now I'm going to show you how tough I am by picking up this 440 and transmission with ease, just like that. Oh wait, just kidding, that's the dummy block. Okay, I'm not funny, apologies. This is a dummy block built purposely dimensionally like a 440 big block Chrysler engine. The transmission's real, although it is an empty case. This is a case that needs some attention as well. It is the one that was originally in my 1968 Dodge Charger when I bought it, although proven to not be the original trans due to the build date. This thing was somebody's project long ago. I got it from a buddy. You can see that there's some significant plate in this thing. I mean, that's 1/4 inch plate tied to some pretty significant square tubing on monster casters. Yeah, it's solid. I have ambitions of somehow turning this thing into an engine run stand. If you've been watching my channel for any significant length of time, you know that my run stand situation is lacking. I've done some sketchy things in that department. We've got a really strong base here. I'm going to do a little bit of fabrication, cutting, removing, adding material in hopes of turning this thing into a run stand. I've got this dummy block that my buddy loaned me and this empty case. Those are going to be my guide, my template. Obviously this stand will primarily have Chrysler things on it, but we'll see what we can do to at least, set it up for big block. And I do have a small block in the corner we can use. I've got some planning to do, trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this, and then we'll get started. Well, we have cut the head off the snake here. At this point, the engine stand is no longer an engine stand. The dummy block, the empty Torx light, sitting in a rough location. This is about where I want it to sit. Just kind of fine-tuning the height. We've got to bring the front up a little bit, I think. I'm going to work on the back next. We're going to actually build a mount of sorts that will mount to the factory location on a Torx light. And I think I will build this to where it will accept, at least at the moment, 904s and 727s. Small blocks, big blocks. That's kind of the plan. I've got some grinding, some cutting, some welding to do. We'll show you the progress. One step closer. We've actually got a rear support in place. Transmission is actually bolted to it at the moment. I've got a lot of finish welding to do and admittedly a little bit of grinding to do. We've got that tacked together and we've started to plan for the actual engine supports. I've got these 2x3 pieces here cut into place. I just need to find their perfect spot, get some measurements in there, and then I can tack those in. The radiator support is actually going to come up off of the front of these. We should have room for a radiator, a fan, and all the water pump and water pump accessories. And I know some of you are probably wondering why I'm going through this trouble to extend out the back. I know some of you are thinking that I should probably just get a bell housing and a flywheel for whatever setup. And honestly, then the whole unit could be a little shorter. But in all of this hoard, this mess of stuff I've been collecting since the 90s, There's not a single 4-speed or 4-speed accessory in this shop, I tell you what. So yeah, I do not somehow own any bell housings. I've had manual trans cars in the past, but I do not have a bell housing in this place. This is temporary. Down the road, once I find a bell housing or two, I'm looking to get a couple of different ones. Big block, small block, who knows what else. I want this to be a multi-purpose stand, but yes, I am a Mopar house. I am going to be doing a lot of Mopar stuff. That's my deal. If anybody's got any 4-speed bell housings, big block and small block. But yes, that is the plan. I do plan on getting bell housings for the engines I want to run on this thing, and then we'll hack the back of that off and re-engineer this area to mount a bell housing to it. I want this to be like sitting in your car. I want you to just be able to push a button, turn a key, flip a switch. So that's where we're headed with this, but we've got a long ways to go. Well, it has been many, many months at this point, most of 2025, and we're about to pick it back up. And I drug home the Moho Motivator 440 that we were unable to get running. It's going to be my my template. It's going to be my test mule for this thing. We've got a little bit more to do. We've got to get some stands made so we can actually mount the engine itself. I've got the transmission mount roughly in place. And I needed an engine that was able to be parked on this thing for a minute. There we are. We'll also have more content coming on this thing. We're going to be investigating that one a little bit deeper to find out why I couldn't get it to start. So I'm going to pull a transmission off the shelf. And this flex plate has all the holes. So hopefully we can use a stock converter on that as well. I'm going to put an RV 727 behind it. Well, we are getting a little bit closer on this Mad Max engine stand here. It looks like it was built from recycled parts. It is. Built with a mediocre skill. I'm not the best welder. It's not pretty, but it is strong. I'm using this little 110 buzz box here, a little Craftsman. It goes back a few years. It's probably not quite enough, but we're making it work. We're just trying to level things up here a little bit. And then I'm going to take the wood out from under the engine. The wood was just providing some moral support for the hoist, so the hoist wasn't doing all the work. It did sit overnight. Well, I just couldn't leave well enough alone. Mad Max, the engine run stand, needed a little bit of a modification. I didn't feel like these bottom runners were spread out far enough when I had the legs sitting on it. You could move this an inch or so back and forth. I didn't really want that thing to dance like that. Not that I couldn't put some sort of a cross brace in between the two legs. So I opted to relocate the runners down here. Just set them out another 3 inches or so. It's got a good spread on it right now. Feels solid, feels strong. And I can't wait to fire this thing up on it. This is the Moho Motivator 440. It's an RV 440 that we had a cam issue with. I did a cam swap and attempted to get it running again in my 1968 Dodge Charger. I couldn't get it to start. So I mothballed it for a little bit, and it's been a year now or so. Time flies, but it's back home on the run stand, and we're doing a little bit here to get ready to try and diagnose this thing and find out what I screwed up on. And see if we can't get it running again. So I think I'm going to end the video here on the engine run stand. Mad Max. Full of apocalyptic parts and steel. Recycled, reused. Not the prettiest thing, of course, but that's all right. It is made of those recycled Mad Max parts. The apocalypse is here in the form of an engine run stand. And we do plan to put a few through it. I've got this one first. There will be others. And not to say I won't still start an engine or two on my previous engine run stand. Yeah, we're looking at the floor. But this is going to be a better option as far as running engines in after they get put together, diagnosing issues. How nice will that be to be able to start this thing up and make sure that it runs right before I take all that time and put it in the car. Look forward to some other engine projects on this thing. Look forward to this one, hopefully very soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the next one. Well, we do have a radiator mounted of sorts. It's not completely done yet. Obviously, you see some clamps on there. Lots of drilling and stuff to do. But it will be semi-adjustable. This will slide a little bit left to the right or down on the rail, forward and backwards. It's not pretty. It's ratty, just like my cars. But with any luck, the Moho Motivator will get diagnosed and hopefully run in here on this stand in the very near future.